It's time for the Rapides Parish Fair at the fairgrounds just past LSUA. You'll love the newest Mighty Thomas Carnival rides and your favorite Carnival classic foods on the Midway. Admission is just $2 per person and kids under 5 are free. Browse the vendors alley or stop by the Why Not Stop stage for free entertainment. Go to rapidesparishfair.org for more information. We'll see you at the fair.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Let's Talk on Urbancast. I'm your host, Jack, and today we have a special guest with us, Jimbo Thiels, president of the Rapides Parish Fair Association. As the fair approaches, there's a lot of excitement building around all this incredible work that these guys have done over the last year. And we especially want to talk about these deals you can get and the entertainment plan for this year's events. One of the highlights is the 50% off promotion for advanced carnival tickets, which ties particularly into the KARV's special date night at the fair coming up this Thursday. There's so much to talk about, and I can't wait to just delve right on into it there, Jimbo. Jimbo, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Jack. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Once you start telling us about all these deals we can get on these fair tickets, man.
I can't wait. It took us a long time to get you, but I'm ready to talk about it.
Nah, look, when we got it, your IT specialist over there took care of everything just fine, man.
I think technology has left me far behind.
No, it's all right. We're here now. Jimbo, for those who we can't take it for granted. For those that are not, that know of the fair but don't know of the fair, tell us a little bit about you, and then can you start off with giving us a little bit of a background about the fair, and really what's the purpose, and what the funding, the funding that's collected, what is it used for, and all that kind of good stuff. Can you share that with us?
I sure can. Well, parish and county fairs have been going on for well over 100 years in the United States, and they always occur in the fall, seems like. That's the culmination of a farmer's or a rural person's year after he's been growing his crops, raising his livestock, and he's been in the inside of the house, canning things and putting them away for the winter. So at the end of the year, they all gathered up and started celebrating the past year and showing off their pies and their jams and jellies and that sort of thing. And over in another area and under another barn or tent or whatever they had, everybody got together with their favorite bull or their favorite heifer or pig or goat or whatever they had, chicken, and all decided, because they all thought theirs was the best, they all got it together and judged and found out whose was really the best. Few people got mad, few people didn't, but anyway, that's the way it worked out. But always wait till next year. So we have got going on. We've been having the Rapides Parish Fair here for over 65 years. But at the 65-year-ago point, which was a good while ago when I was a little baby boy, about 11 years old, and now I'm 75. Do the math. And the people that were in charge of the fair and wanted to keep it going decided that we need to have a home for the fair. So the parish owned a little piece of ground out on what is now Coliseum Boulevard, where the Coliseum is, but there was no Coliseum there. It was just a blank field. And it began to develop that. So at the first fair, I was 11 years old, and we had the whole deal under tents. Tents. One tent was for exhibits of all kinds, and the other tent was for livestock. In the background, we had a huge carnival. So that's the way it all went. And then, of course, the Coliseum the tax had already been passed. It was just, it takes a while to build that sort of thing. So we had the first fair under those tents. And then after that, the Coliseum was built and all moved to the Coliseum and Exhibition Hall and the Grand Fair. So it's all just evolved. And then after about 40 or so years, I guess 50 or so years actually, we bought some property on the other side of LSUA, and we moved the whole thing out there because we had the Charles Woodrow DeWitt livestock facility and the mega shelter, which is a evacuation center for hurricanes or any other kind of disaster that might strike Louisiana or any neighboring state where we need some space. And then we bought 25 acres and developed it in a flat way that was good for parking and for the erection of the carnival. So and that's where we are now. We've been there for 7 or 8, maybe 10 years. Time passes fast when you get old.
It really does. It felt like it was just yesterday when we were getting into traffic going out to Highway 28 west, and to park out there and see all of the carnival rides and all that kind of good stuff sitting out there. It just seemed like that was just yesterday, and I didn't realize you guys have been down on 71 for at least about 10 years now. Wow.
That's right. And that's, speaking of that traffic 28 near the Coliseum, that's the reason, one of the reasons that we left was because it was so dangerous with people parking all over the Coliseum parking lot. And then you had people parked all up and down the highway, and little kids are dazzled by the lights. And we were so afraid every year that some little child was going to run out in front of a car and disaster instead of a happy time. And so we developed everything on 71, and now it's just seems like we've been there forever.
Wow. Wow. Oh, let's one of the things that that's really interesting about the fair is the carnival rides, the lights. You hit on that just a few minutes ago, and getting tickets to the rides and different things of that nature. Now, the idea of getting down there and getting those tickets is one thing, and I know I've been a knucklehead and been lazy, but as we've been talking about that the whole fair this year, I'm sitting here thinking how I can plan and make sure I spend the least amount of money. I'm being honest with you right now.
Everybody spend the least amount of money, and we try.
Yeah. So tell us about the 50% off promotion, the advanced ticket, the ticket sales that you're going to be able to purchase the tickets over at Sinlaw Broadcasting on Texas Avenue.
Well, that's something that our carnival has done in many other areas, other cities that they go for many years. And they asked several years ago if we thought we had a radio station that would be interested in participating with us and making those advanced sale tickets happen. And of course, Sinlaw Broadcasting came to mind. They're an outgoing group and have a lot of stations, and so many of their stations have so many different genres that they would encompass every person's likes. So that would mean everybody is listening to one of their stations. So the perfect spot, a great location on Texas Avenue. They have a U-shaped parking lot, and they used to have it when we first started. Everybody jumped out of their car and ran up the stairs, handed the money, got the tickets, and ran back to the car. Now it's gotten where it's a whole lot easier than that. You don't even have to get out of your car. You just drive into the parking lot. We've got a little tent set up there. Roll down your window. Somebody's going to hand you a sheet of 50 tickets. You hand them $25, and you're off, and the next person pulls up and takes your place. So it can't be much easier than that.
Okay, and you say so that little packet of tickets costs you $25, and if you have to pay for that out at the fair, that's $50, right?
Right. So you're getting those tickets for half price.
Half price, all right.
Half price is always a great deal.
Yeah. And so now tell us a little bit about date night, and those tickets can be used on date night as well, right?
Those tickets are good for the whole week, all the way through Sunday night. If you buy enough, you never have to buy anything else. When you get out there at full price, you can buy them at half price. On Wednesday night, which is opening night of the fair, all rides are reduced by 1 coupon. So you're getting them half price, and you're getting a 1 coupon reduction on all rides. So that makes it a little less expensive. And that's when the night that we encourage people who have young kids to go early. You don't have to fight the crowd. You get in there, and the carnival operators take real good care of you. Then on Thursday night, which you were talking about, date night, every ride's 2 for the price of 1. So all rides are reduced by 50%. You got 50% off tickets. You're almost going for free if you do the math. It really works out well.
It really does. And how long have you guys been doing that, Jimbo? About how long have you guys been offering those?
The half price tickets have probably been going on 20 years. It's been a long time. When we were at the Coliseum, it started, and it's just kept going. And really, it's a great opportunity for people to minimize the cost of getting some great entertainment. A lot of people these days can't afford to go on vacation. You think about going on vacation, you got to go out of town where everybody's going to have a good time. So theme park places are usually picked. And, that's pretty expensive. You buy all the gas to go. You have to buy food on the way. You have to buy a motel room if you're spending the night. And then you have to buy the tickets to the theme park. So you're trying to cram all that into 2 or 3 days, and then you have to come back home and start over. But right here, we've got the whole operation brought right here to our hometown, so people can have a staycation, stay at home and have a vacation. A lot of people do save money for the fair every year. They know it's coming, they know when it's going to be. It's always in the fall, and they know where it's going to be, always on Highway 71 South, just past LSUA. It's easy to find, easy access, no charge for parking. We've got a good flat parking lot. And another good thing that we have is great security. We have a fence, 6-foot hurricane fence that completely surrounds the carnival area. We've got a turnstile, 2 turnstiles on one end, 2 turnstiles on the other end, and we have deputies posted at both of those turnstiles to make sure that nobody that appears to be rowdy or out of control can come in, and we make it safe and secure, as well as having deputies, auxiliary deputies of Rapides Parish Sheriff's Department walking all through the fairgrounds. They help you park, and they help you have a good time by watching over you the whole time you're there. It's almost like having an extra guardian angel.
All right. So for all practical purposes, it's a lot of work that go in behind the scene, getting the fair set up. Because I would imagine, getting all of the security and the logistics of, making sure that happens. That's a lot of planning that have already gone into that we never see, right?
Well, we don't want you to see that part. We want you to come and have a great time. We start at the first of each year, meetings every month to plan the fair, bring new things. We get together the first meeting after the fair, and we talk about what we could do each year to make things better. We've got a lot of cooperation from the community. City of Alexandria provides their trolleys during the fair. We use their barricades to help direct people in all different directions. And as you get out of your own car, you can jump on one of the trolleys, and they'll take you directly to the carnival grounds. They'll drop you off the livestock barn. They'll drop you off the mega shelter. You go in and have a great time at whatever facility you're in. And then when you get finished, you watch for the trolley. It'll come by and pick you up and take you as near as possible to your car, and you can jump right back in and go home.
Okay, so again, there are really about 3 different opportunities for you to save some, on the expense of the tickets or for the rides, and that is the reduction on Wednesday, the opening day, the half price or buy one get one free on Thursday, and then there's the armband weekend. What's the armband weekend about?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have an armband time, and it's our website, rapidesparishfair.org. All of the exact details, but you come to the carnival grounds, you purchase an armband, you ride for several hours, and before that time expires. Now, if you're real conservative, you can bring a canned good that you've stolen from your parents' pantry, like Star Beats or something you don't like anyway, and bring it down to the carnival, hand it in at the ticket booth, and they're going to give you a $3 reduction for your contribution, and that contribution goes to the Sinlaw Food Bank. And we've done that for many, many years. At the end of the fair, we have a huge stack of canned goods next to the carnival office, and those are delivered to the food bank before the carnival leaves here.
Oh, okay. So if you come down and you purchase that armband, you can get $3 off that armband by bringing a canned good with you, right?
That's
okay.
Right. It could be potted meat, Vienna sausage, somebody found on sale. It doesn't matter. We're glad to get it. Sinlaw Food Bank is glad to get it. It ties us in with the community. and it helps you get a good time for a smaller price.
Well, that's an awesome thing, because I've had an opportunity to speak to the executive director there over at the food bank, and they do a miraculous job for the community. And the idea that the fair is helping to support their operation is an awesome thing. So that's really cool. Um, a lot of people. I know you mentioned that the sheriff department is going to be providing the security for you guys over there. And that, and security and policing is something that's really important right now. Um, it, what I guess you guys collaborated during the whole process to put the fence around the perimeter of the fairgrounds and all of that kind of good stuff. So when does that planning begin? The security aspects of everything.
Well, it goes on all year. We have a great relationship with our sheriff and our sheriff department, and and the fire department as well. They come out, and we have a fire department with EMTs
Mm-hmm.
on the grounds all the time as well. And it's just work that we've kept going. We've kind of got a relationship with Williams Fence Company. They do fences for large building projects and safety fences and stuff like that to keep people out of dangerous areas. So that's where we got the idea to use a portable fence.
Mm-hmm.
We want our if we put a permanent fence there, we would not be able to change our carnival up too much, and we would have to keep everything exactly like it is. Probably wouldn't be able to get new and bigger rides and more entertainment. So with a flexible fence that's hooked together and secure, we can do a lot of different things. So we chose that route, and every year they bring us a fence out there. It looks like it's brand new, just right out of the factory, and it looks good and serves a great purpose to keep everybody safe and secure while they're inside.
Okay, all right. Um, as the president of the Rapides Parish Fair Association, what are your goals for the future of the fair? Are there any exciting developments, expansions that you guys hope to see in the years coming?
Well, since we've gotten there, we've had through a few disasters, like we had a tornado a few years ago that blew the DeWitt Center down, and we're just now getting it back on board this year, which is a great facility for livestock shows and has been for years. But we were without it. We had an old building in the back. We had to readapt it, but and so that really did slow down some of our expansion plans. But we've been able to erect a new barnyard nursery, which is a great attraction for all the young kids to go out and see the mother animals and all their babies, and they get to go in. Some of it they hands-on for a lot of smaller animals. They get to watch the feeding, and they do a lot of petting. We have hand wash stations as they enter and hand wash stations as they leave, so they can wash their hands to prevent the spread of germs, because animals are not as quite as sanitary as people. Some are not. But anyway, worked out really great for us, and it's a great attraction. We've got a really nice building with a lot of small pens, and Miss Jane Peters with Peters Feed and Seed Store. She's one of our board members, and her mother was in charge of the barnyard nursery at the Coliseum Fairgrounds, and now Jane's taken over where she left off, and it's just developed into a great facility. We've got big pumpkins and hay bales out front for the kids to have photo opportunities when they come in, and they can come stay as long as they like. And it's set up in a U shape, so they can go in with one door, come out the other door, and see all the animals in the passing and make room for other kids.
Let me ask you another quick question here, right quick. How does the Rapides Parish Fair feed into the Louisiana State Fair up in Shreveport?
Well, not as much as used in the past. We used to be one of the greatest contributors to exhibits of the of the State Fair in Shreveport. And we, all our livestock up there, all our crops. I don't think they have field crops up there anymore. Handicraft, leaf and forestry exhibits, all the commodities like corn, sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, cotton, and all our canned goods, handicraft, all of that stuff went up to the State Fair in Shreveport. Now they've cut back a whole lot for the same reasons everybody else has, expenses and the fact that a lot more people are urban now and not so many rural people, so you don't have as many exhibits of some things, but we send a lot of stuff up there, and that fair. If you're a winner down here, we automatically send your exhibits up there free of charge, and help you take care of them, and then bring them back for you to pick back up at our fairgrounds here about a week or so after the fair is over.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you, I know a lot of times we think the stuff is, kind of urban these days, but a good friend of mine, his son is attending Southern in Baton Rouge, and he's majoring in agriculture, one of the disciplines within it. There's so many of them, but this summer he did an internship at Cargill up in Indiana, and this past summer, I had the opportunity to speak with Bean. I'm gonna call him by his nickname. He'll probably have something to say about me calling him by his nickname right now. But he was thrilled because he was actually in the ag program there at Southern, working on his bachelor's degree. But he also had an opportunity to go over to China and tour their agricultural processes there in China this past summer. So honestly, I think what's offered and what's explored to get out and go see those exhibits. I know a lot of people are targeting the rides and all of that kind of stuff, but I know as a little boy, I used to have to walk through and watch all of them, look at all of those preserves and look at all of that craft work and all that kind of good stuff with my mom as we were going out. And that was the one thing she wanted to do on even though we might have gone to the fair on Friday night or Saturday night, on Sunday morning, it was like a ritual. We were there going through the exhibits before they put them away on Sunday morning. And so that's really important. But, a lot of kids, I would have thought, taking an inner city kid, and then to say, hey, he heads down to Southern and he has such a passion for ag-related, an ag-related career, it's a cool thing. So it's good to see that you guys are still making sure that, where our food come from and those resources come from, that you're putting it front and center to
LSU and Southern University work hand in hand. They're both A&M universities,
mm-hmm.
and so they're both teaching universities, and a lot of our kids during the year do a lot of field trips and that sort of thing, educational activities that get them ready to go to college and major in some form of agriculture. That's what piques their interest. Mm-hmm. And 4-H program has developed along those lines. They have robotics classes and drone building classes that they're learning all these things, because all of those things are working themselves into agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
And they have university programs where they learn. They have a thing called 4-H University, where all the kids from Rapides Parish who are interested in all the other parishes in Louisiana go to the LSU campus in the summertime and spend about a week down there, and they have all types of contests and competitions with the kids from the rest of the state. So we are definitely trying to keep agriculture and home economics alive in Rapides Parish and in the state and in the nation, and that is our motto and our mission statement, as you think, to keep agriculture and home economics alive and that learning process going on as it has been for years and years.
Okay. Well, Jimbo, is there anything else that we missed that you want to send a message out there to our audience, what have you?
Well, of course, we want everybody to come and have a great time, but there's several other things going on, like Senior Citizens Day, which is Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It happens in the mega shelter. It has been going on since Ray Kelly was sheriff. He started that back several years ago in the Coliseum, and it's a project that's been spearheaded by our sheriff, but it's been financed by the other people in the courthouse, your district attorney, your clerk of court, your tax assessor, all those folks, the city marshal. There's been a lot of interest, and they all come out and they pay to sponsor this event to be carried on. We have a whole lot of medical screenings that go on that day as well, and it's for your eyes, diabetes, heart, a lot of good medical screenings that people take for granted. You can have those screenings done for free at the Senior Citizens Day. We have a lot of live entertainment. All of our sponsors get to speak and welcome the seniors to the event. And at the end, we have a great meal, which is cooked by some of the members of the Sheriff's Department and served to all the people. They don't have to get up. We have community coffee in the morning, and sweet rolls, and Coca-Cola brings their drinks out for us during the lunch period. So it's a great time, and it's so many people that don't get to see each other for a whole year, and they come together for that event. It's usually well over 2,000 folks, and it's just a good time.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Jimbo, for joining us and sharing all of this exciting news about the Rapides Parish Fair. With so many great promotions like that 50% off, saving on one ticket per ride on that Wednesday on opening night, and the armband program with the ability to get a discount off of your armband price with just bringing an old can of beets out to the fair, and that's going to go over to the food bank. As we wrap up, I want to remind everyone that in November, we go vote, and I want to encourage everybody to get out there and go, execute that constitutional right. Don't forget to make your voice heard. A big thank you to all of our followers out there, along with some of our sponsors, Math Makes Sense, National Auto and Tire, Sadler's Towing, Long's Preferred Products, the Peter Williams Campaign, the Rapides Parish Fair Association. We definitely want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody for joining us. And for whatever reason, to everybody who's joining us, do like I'm going to do. I'm going to be in line because my little boy had already told me, look, Papa, I'm planning on going to the fair 2 nights in a row. You buy some, I buy some. He's 17 years old, so he works now. But I still got a part of the obligation to buy some of his tickets. You know what I mean? So I buy some, he buys some, and save a couple of extra dollars right now. Jimbo, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to come out here and share that information with us. If you could just hold on 1 second, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.
It's time for the Rapides Parish Fair at the fairgrounds just past LSUA. You'll love the newest Mighty Thomas Carnival rides and your favorite Carnival classic foods on the Midway. Admission is just $2 per person, and kids under 5 are free. Browse the vendors alley or stop by the Why Not Stop stage for free entertainment. Go to rapidesparishfair.org for more information. We'll see you at the fair.